I love movies.
Hello and welcome back to the Mad Cinema Show. I'm Scott G.
And I'm Phil D.
Philip, today we're talking about Serenity. But first, Philip, some more depressing news.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to have to bring you down before I can bring you up.
This sucks.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, guys, we lost one of the legends of cinema last week on Sunday, March 8th. Literally the day after we recorded the Conan episode, Max von Sydow passed away. So, real sad. I thought about popping in and recording something for that episode since it's a little bit more of a shorter episode, and I was just going to jump in and do this. But then I thought, well, misery loves company. Why should I deny Philip?
That's right.
The
Let me suffer too.
Yeah, exactly. So just wanted to shout out a few movies that he's been in that you guys should definitely check out, that we will probably eventually, I'm sure we'll cover the majority of these at some point. But so he was Ming the Merciless in Flash Gordon. He was the main dude from Seventh Seal, which I've never seen, which I really need to see.
I also haven't seen
at some point.
Seal. Yeah.
He was in Minority Report.
Which I loved him in Minority Report.
Yeah, he was really good. Of course, he was in Conan and
as himself.
Yeah, as himself. And he was also in episode 7 of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He was the voice of Vigo, and I never realized that, which is nuts to me. I always thought that was just
the actor.
The actor. Yeah, but now that I know it's him, I'm like, oh, that is Max von. That is Sydow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was in Shutter Island, which I'd seen and it was really good.
I forgot he's in Shutter Island.
Yeah, I can't remember who he is though.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
That's a Scorsese film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I didn't remember this. He was in What Dreams May Come. Yeah, he was Tracker Dude.
Oh, yeah, when he goes to hell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Helps old Robin Williams find his wife.
Who I think is also his son.
Yeah.
But that guy was a doctor that he knew in his life.
No. That's Cubigan Jr.
Oh.
The Tracker is...
They find him in the library? Yeah, but I think that's also his son. Dude, the movie's weird. The movie's fucking weird because remember his daughter's like 3 people too.
His daughter's the I thought they were only one person, each one person, because she's the flight attendant lady. You remember?
Yeah.
Or not?
But I think they also show up as anyway. We're not.
We're not talking about this one. Getting off in our holes. But yeah, he was.
Oh, there Scott goes, getting off in his hole.
Getting off in my hole. It's nice in here. It's nice in my hole. I like my hole. He was also in Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah,
remember
totally.
him in Judge Dredd? That movie gets a lot of shit. I really like it.
I mean, it's one of Rob Schneider's finest films.
And you know what? The worst part about that movie is Rob Schneider. At some point in the '90s, we thought Rob Schneider was
should have been in everything.
Like the best thing ever. And
Judge, you making copies?
How we were so very wrong. And then, of course, a couple other movies that eventually we'll have to see and cover. He was starred or acted in 163 movies. He directed one. That's
a lot of podcasts, Scott.
That is a lot of podcasts. We got some catching up to do, Philip. We're slacking on this. Anyways, Max von Sydow, rest in peace. He was great, and
he will be missed.
He will be missed.
So
all right, that's enough sadness. Get your happy face on, Philip. We're talking about Serenity.
I do
now.
have my happy face on and a secret sad face later, but at the same time, I'd like to go ahead and address this because we're talking about Max von Sydow, which was our own Kevin Bacon.
Our own Kevin Bacon
of Conan. Our own Kevin Bacon of this film is Chiwetel Ejiofor, who was also in Children of Men that we did. So
and
we kind of
did this
also
hope we're pronouncing his name right on this episode as well.
Yeah, yep, Chiwetel Ejiofor. I checked it out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I said it like 70 times.
Yeah,
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah,
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
In preparation. That's awesome.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. So anyways, but so he's your Kevin Bacon for this movie.
He's our Kevin Bacon.
For
our
those,
own Kevin
for
Bacon.
those keeping up, which we may be the only ones, but
no one knows what we're talking about.
No one knows what we're talking about. What the fuck? Kevin Bacon isn't even in this movie.
It's okay.
Okay, so just going forward, guys, look, spoilers for Serenity and Firefly. And I really want to stress that because I really feel like everybody... both this movie and this series, I don't think there's a single person that I would not suggest it to.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with you on that. There might be a little bit of an age limit, like as far as children.
Well, yeah,
but that's only.
But I don't hang out with children.
Hang out with children.
I don't hang out with children.
You don't really hang out with kids. Yo, kids, you need to watch this movie.
This movie's real good.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying that there are a couple of parts because I mean I have a 3-year-old, so there were a couple parts where I was like, all right, I'm not watching this in front of her.
I can't do this for her.
A lot of it though, like for instance, the swearing all being in Chinese.
Yeah,
it pretty much means that you don't have to worry that much about that.
That's pretty genius.
Yeah. And then the the action is there, but it's not gory or terrible or anything. It's just
there's blood, but it's not like grotesque.
It's just there.
Yeah,
So that's it's and that's pretty much consistent with the film too.
Absolutely.
I feel like they are on a very close tone.
Absolutely.
What is this, a PG-13 film?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's certainly not R.
No, there's no way. There's no way it's R.
Yeah. So again, guys, spoilers. Get the fuck out.
Spoilers.
If you
everything.
if you plan on watching this, you really kind of want to. You don't need to go in it completely blind, but there are some things that we're probably going to talk about that you do not need spoiled for you.
Yeah.
But
because So I need to go ahead and preface this as well. I had never seen either of these until about a week ago.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and I never saw the series while it was airing. Serenity was actually the first thing that I saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was still years ago.
Still years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
have you watched Firefly a couple of times since then?
Absolutely.
And I see myself rewatching this series a couple of times.
It's easily one of the most rewatchable series and franchise, and there's not that many, which is kind of sad. But I'm kind of happy with where it is and what it did. And
well, I mean, we obviously the elephant in the room with the series is Fox.
Right.
It's the thing where it's like, oh, well, that's the whole reason why this got canceled. That's the whole reason.
Taking machetes to their, properties.
They just didn't give a shit back then, man.
Well, yeah.
And we suffered a lot for Fox's, fast and loose behavior with their schedule.
Right.
And it seemed to me that what really was going on with this is that they lost sight of finances halfway through the series and were just like, ooh, hey, this costs too much. We don't want this much CG in a show.
Yeah.
He's being a little bit too crazy with his whatever. And then they were also airing the shit out of order.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I don't know. But all of that aside, we get an amazing 14 episodes. And then
every bit of it's good.
Yeah, every bit of it. Every bit of it, dude.
What did I tell you, when we were rewatching it? Okay, so I was totally, at a certain point, I was just like, oh, I should write down which episodes are, really, really good, and maybe we can, focus on those, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's 5 episodes in, and I'm looking at my notes, and it's just every episode.
Yep.
Oh, well, this is pointless.
Well, so I think we should talk about the show first before we talk about the movie. Just to make
give him a little bit of a build up.
So, what is your favorite episode?
Man, I really like Out of Gas.
That one's probably my favorite.
That's
episode.
probably my favorite. Just the way that it tells the story, kind of out of order.
Yeah.
Is really well done.
Yeah, because from the beginning you're like, whoa, why is he bleeding?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Where's everybody else? Why is Serenity down? Like, what's going on? You're like, yeah. So that one, and I really like Train Heist. The train heist. The train job.
The train job. Yeah, that's a really good one.
That's a good one. There's
because him returning the stuff at the end, and it plays to Mal's character.
It really plays to Mal's character a lot. But Malcolm's pretty straight arrow throughout, and he really is kind of the core of the show, and he's the core of the movie.
Yeah,
he's what holds everybody together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And man, we got some good characters. Man, this is a fun cast.
Yeah, well, because Baldwin. What's his first name?
Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin. Yeah. And I've always liked Adam Baldwin in other movies. Like I liked him a lot in The Patriot. You know, his character's great. I really love him in Full Metal Jacket. You know, as Animal Mother. And I really feel like he is Animal Mother in this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's just Animal
very
Mother
likable
without him being directly in war.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit sillier.
And he's a little less racist.
A little less racist.
Racist.
That's the thing. Tone that down.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have
I've always wondered if he gets people just come up to him at conventions and just say racist shit to him that he said from what's it called? And then he's just like, can you not fucking do that?
Like that was...
Like, it was a film, please stop.
Not the place.
Oh man, it's like if I ever saw that dude from Beverly Hills Cop, you know, the guy that's the curator of the art place. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here! Like, it's
get the fuck out of here.
You know,
absolutely.
But no, Adam Baldwin's role in this, which he's not part of the Baldwins, right? He just has last name's Baldwin. He's not one of the Baldwin brothers.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think
he's
so.
like Billy and Steven and
the other ones.
Yeah, Alec and
we know our Baldwins.
I thought you were saying Ween Baldwin.
Ween Baldwin. Yeah, he's a thing.
You don't know Ween Baldwin?
You don't know Ween Baldwin? He's the one they keep in the basement.
But yeah, I love Jane a lot. Jane's character.
Jane's awesome.
He kills me, dude.
He cracks me up, dude. He's too good.
He's always the one that like he.
I love that scene. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite episodes. Okay. I can't remember the name of it, but the one where Malcolm gets married.
Oh yeah,
to Saffron.
To Saffron,
and Jane's trying to trade his
rifle,
his gun, his best gun for.
He's like, what are you trying to trade her?
Yeah, you're trying to trade her? Trade? This is a steal. This is my favorite gun. There's a lot of sentimental value here.
Man, it's funny because there's this part when she's first stowed away on the ship, you know, and she pops out and she says this kind of thing, and she's like, but he hasn't even gotten to know me yet. and Jane's all like, whoa, I could get to know you.
He's a lovable scoundrel, man.
I know.
He's a fucking scoundrel. I love him.
He's obvious.
Yeah.
You know,
he's out in front. He ain't trying to hide shit.
So fucking predictable.
Yeah.
You know, he... Yeah.
That's why he seems so simple, and he's kind of a dumbass.
Yep. And his introduction to Mal and Zoe is great. You know, as far as him being just a ruthless
War
mercenary.
Stories, another really good episode. They're all good.
Is that War Stories?
That's War Stories.
That is.
Yeah, because it's showing all how they all met up.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that one, that when they pretty much buy him off of his old crew.
Essentially. Yeah.
That's
7%. Oh. paying you guys too much.
Yeah, man. Well, that's a going rate.
Yeah. Ooh.
He gets all defensive about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's pretty fucking good. It's because it lets you know exactly who that guy is, and it also foreshadows that he would sell anybody out for the right amount of money.
Yeah,
which is kind of what he tries to do later
at some point. Yeah,
tries
during the hospital heist episode. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and he's trying to actually sell River back to the institution,
to the Alliance. Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
So
other characters.
Yeah,
so Zoe's a badass.
Zoe's amazing.
Zoe's the fucking
She's
Valkyrie.
Super cool the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah, she is the Valkyrie.
She's the Valkyrie, dude. Mm-hmm. She's the bruiser of the group, man.
Yeah.
She's the one that's why she's the one next to right under Malcolm.
Yeah,
because she's the one that can get shit done.
That's right. Yeah. She can get shit done. I mean, Jane is the big guy. He's the big guns, but she's the one that actually knows. She's not just brawn. She's brains and brawn.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just a wall of meat.
Exactly.
But
that's Lawrence Fishburne's wife.
That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that's so crazy. Because didn't you say that what's his name?
I saw it's what is it? Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk that plays Wash.
Yeah,
I love Zoe and Wash's relationship.
It's great.
It's a beautiful, probably the most idealized marriage in a
TV show,
or movie.
Well,
right?
they work together, and you also see them go through ups and downs without blowing up on each other.
Exactly.
It's something. It's
and they have fights, but it's
a healthy relationship.
It's a healthy relationship,
and that is something you very rarely see in film. Period.
Exactly.
To be honest, I don't think we're very good at portraying that. We either have the idealized version of a marriage where it's everybody's happy and we just have the kids that run down the stairs and the fucking or it's straight up like fights and terrible and divorce and cheating and all this. Like those are really the two examples
extremes.
We get most of the time.
Never get just a functional, healthy
up and down relationship.
Up and down relationship made up of two people that actually do make each other better on some levels.
Yeah, they do. Because I mean, she's such a hard ass that he has to be the silly guy. Because I mean, I bet that she looks at him and she's like, after a hard day of frowning all the time, it sure is nice to come home and have this silly blonde fucker make me laugh.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. But so Zoe's a badass. Love Wash. That dude always has the best lines.
Man, Alan Tudyk. And because of this, now I understand why he was chosen for his role in Rogue One.
Oh yeah, as what
that
was
defense droid. I forget what it's called.
What's his name? Whatever. We ain't talking about Star Wars. Get out of here, Star Wars. This isn't your space. This is for Firefly.
That bird is a liar.
Say that, but am I a lion? Never thought about that.
No,
the fucking early episode. Oh man, we'll get to that one.
Yeah, I do want to talk about him
later.
Yeah,
he's interesting. But anyway, so the main crew though, Inara.
Go on, say what you gotta say.
Whoa, boy, guys, you have no idea. Miranda Baccarin ticks all my boxes.
That's the crush for him,
dude. She's probably she's so fucking gorgeous and classy. Goddamn,
seriously, man.
But and she's a phenomenal,
amazing character,
actress and character. Inara is awesome. She's kind of the nurturer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
she's the mom on the ship.
She gives them a place to.
Because think about every time that Simon says some dumbass shit to Kaylee.
Oh yeah.
What's the first thing Kaylee does? Is goes talk to Inara, and she's like,
exactly.
He's fucking stupid. He's a guy. Why doesn't he understand?
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
like, I'm sorry, they're dumb. I don't know.
That's just the way it is.
I don't know.
They're dumb. I don't know what to tell you.
You picked a smart one that's real dumb. That's what happened.
So does alien life exist?
Well,
and one of them's a doctor.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that was.
Well, so that whole situation, like when he is talking, because I really like Simon and and River, their dynamic and what they bring to the ship, and they're pretty much a unit together,
Yeah.
But Simon, has this love interest with Kaylee that because he's so clinical, he doesn't know how to enact.
He doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know how to.
He doesn't know how to.
And Kaylee's so forward and upfront
that he gets embarrassed.
Yeah,
because he's so shut in. She's the country girl that's just going to ride it.
That's right.
And he doesn't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But the funny part about that episode, is that he was right on the brink of having
real
dude,
close.
If he had just looked at her and just told her how pretty her eyes were,
that's it.
And
it's
just
all, and then shut the fuck up.
He would have had it right then.
Right.
She would have been all of his. It would have been.
They wouldn't have even had guns.
But instead, he started talking about some kind of fucking like, oh well, other than my sister, and women that are married, or blah blah blah. There's no other woman in the universe. Ha ha ha. So I guess you're the only fucking option. Ha ha ha.
Fucking idiot.
And he didn't realize what he was saying either.
He didn't get it.
This dude right here, especially with Kaylee, because she's my kind of girl.
Absolutely,
like, she really is.
Yeah.
Like that smart, motivated, chipper kind of,
openly, open, super open.
Yeah, super open. Yeah, kind. Like she's cool. I also think
really like Kaylee.
Yeah, and
she's awesome. She's a ray of sunshine in this whole thing. Dude.
Well, like we were talking earlier, she's very open sexually. She doesn't care about talking about whatever and saying whatever to embarrass everyone around her. She doesn't give a shit.
She doesn't give a fuck.
But she, I love it when they introduce her and they have the whole like her. Oh, well, I was laying on my back down there.
Oh yeah, when this is like so in the show, the original mechanic for Serenity was this like surfer
pretty blonde
boy, kind of dumb, didn't really do it, and it's implied that Kaylee just said, "Hey, I'll fuck you if you show me the engine."
Yeah.
And this like he says something's the problem, and Kaylee's like, "Oh no, it's not. I saw it clear as day while I was laying on my back earlier."
Yeah, like she wasn't even paying attention to him.
Yeah,
she was just looking at the engine, like, "Wow, that's a beaut."
Yeah, exactly, dude. And she loves Serenity, dude. She won't let you can't talk bad about Serenity around Kaylee, dude. And I love that aspect of
her. One of my favorite Kaylee moments too is when they went to the party and all the shitty little rich girls acted like, well, it looks like your slaves fucked up on your dress. Like they just had this little bad attitude for this girl because she wasn't part of the group. She wasn't, and she was trying to be sincere and she was trying to be like, oh man, this party's amazing.
She was having a good time.
She was having a great time until they came over there and bursted her bubble. But I like it because the dude with the mustache came over and what did he say? He says, it seems to be a problem with your dress that it takes simply the look of a young man
to get you out of it. That's what it was. It must have taken 100 people to get you into that dress. But it takes the wary look of a young boy to get you out of it or something.
That's it.
Yeah, something to that.
And she just like and huffs off, and Kaylee looks at him like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But the best part is right after that when they're all standing around and she's talking shop with all the boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She's totally
she's
giving them
holding her own in the conversation.
Hey, you don't want to buy that piece of junk. It's just the same thing as this one rebranded with the blah blah blah.
Incredibly great, strong female characters in this fucking
seriously, of all different types.
Josh Whedon knows how to fucking write them, man.
Yeah,
he knows how to write them.
And then one broken, crazy chick that murders everything.
The live wire, dude.
Woo.
You don't know what River's gonna do, man. I really, I love. What is it? Summer Glau?
Glau, I believe so. Yeah.
Summer Glau. Anyways, hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, she's amazing as River. Mm-hmm. I love her. I love, like, just her like her expressions, her little. Like, are you a fucking idiot?
Oh,
like,
dude, she looks at Simon all the time because he says dumb shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you kidding me? Come on.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I thought I was the one that was having a problem.
I'm the one with brain damage.
You're supposed to be smart.
Yeah. Well, I love how that during the first episode, the way that Simon describes her.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I have, X PhDs, I scored high, blah, blah, blah. I have IQ of this, and my sister makes me look like a drooling idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
she's just above and beyond everything, which is why I guess
she doesn't have a filter anymore, dude.
Well, yeah, but even before that, she was still gifted. That's what they're implying is that even when she was really young, before any of that happened,
right,
she was still above and beyond what he could ever do.
Absolutely.
Which is probably why she tested out to the point where they're like, oh, we can use her. Her brain's already top notch.
That's why. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, because they were trying to find the really smart people.
Yeah.
Because, why is it only smart people can be psychic in movies?
Yeah.
What if you had a dumb psychic?
I feel like that's got to be some kind of thing, like some kind of psychic savant kind of thing.
Savant, yeah.
Like somebody that doesn't really understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But they have these visions and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
So that's all the main characters.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Was that everybody?
Oh, no. Shepherd Book.
Yeah.
Shepherd Book. We almost forgot Shepherd Book. Don't want to leave him out. He's awesome. He's a badass. I love his dynamic in the show with River. Or at least that one episode.
The not correcting the Bible thing.
Yeah. Your Bible's broken. Yeah. I'm fixing it.
You don't correct the Bible.
But it's broken. Yeah.
And then later when she's fixing some other book and he's just like, he walks up and starts to talk and she's like, walk away.
Yeah, at the end. Well, it's because of his hair.
Yeah.
If his hair is just all puffed out and like
scared the shit out of her, looking like Einstein.
Yeah.
Man, the dude, I love his character so much. He's always got a knowledgeable word, and he's good. He's got a nice, gentle voice.
He's the conscience, man.
He's the conscience.
He's
totally.
the fucking conscience.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to think about all these people as parts of a brain. You know what I mean?
Well, Well, if you think about it, it's just like the show and the movie primarily take place in one location on Serenity.
Yeah, totally.
And all these different pieces have to move and work together.
Yeah, I like to think about it like a kitchen, kind of.
Yeah, you were saying that. Everybody has their own station. Yeah. Everybody has their own specific job they need to do.
Well, it really made me think about that during the beginning.
They get in the weeds all the time.
They're
always in the weeds.
Yeah. Well, it really made me think about that from the beginning of Serenity when, it's doing that long shot to introduce the crew.
Oh, yeah.
Because during that... Are we transitioning? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just made a noise.
Oh.
Just made a noise with my mouth.
But it's like Kaylee is like, hey, this part isn't working, and Mal goes,
you said we had another week on that. Yeah,
that was 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
He's like, well, okay,
I'll fix it.
Yeah, it walks off. It's pretty much like the way that kitchens work.
Kitchen manager.
Hey man, this deep fryer is fucked. I thought you said we had 2 more days. That was 3 days ago.
3 days ago. Yeah.
It's
well, fix it. Shit. And if you don't, it's your fault.
What's up on them sausages?
Snatch. That's a good movie. We'll have to do that one someday.
One of these days.
Teasing. But yeah, so that is the main. That's all the main cast.
Okay. Is there anything else about the series specifically that you want to point out before we get into the overarching? This is the concept between them.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good, solid series. It's only 14 episodes. If you haven't watched it, I mean, give it a shot. You'll blow through it in like a weekend. It's super. I'm sure it's super easy to find. You don't need to watch the show to watch the movie. Josh Whedon is really good about establishing, singular stories.
Yeah, you don't need to, but I do feel like
I think it helps you. Yeah.
Well, okay, I misspoke there. I didn't mean during the intro, because the intro of this movie is actually the history of when Simon is breaking.
Well, it's okay. So it's 3 different things.
Yeah.
So you get the history of Earth that was, like what happened, how people started going out into the galaxy. Actually, it's like 4 different things. Okay, so you got the Earth that was story. You got the classroom scene.
Yeah.
With Little River,
and they're talking about the Reavers, which is cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
that directly goes into Simon infiltrating the lab
and rescuing her from the lab. So kind of the backstory of that,
which is funny because when they first move into this shot, you almost think okay, is this some weird alternate version of the world where Simon is now a Nazi? Because this is weird.
Yeah.
What's going on?
He's all dressed up. He's got the staff.
Shit. Yeah. Is this evil Simon? That's now.
I like his little stun.
Well, I don't even know what that is. It's so cool.
It's like
though.
A stick with a ball that shoots up and brains motherfuckers.
It was cool.
It was cool. So them escaping from the lab, and then our boy Giafor, which I don't know if he has a name in this. Is he just the assassin? Anyway, he's looking. That ends up being a hologram that he's watching. Of security footage.
Of the facility,
and it all just flows into each other and moves so well.
And it makes you. And then they immediately introduce him as being pretty much the highest ranking kind of agent that you could be.
Super hitman.
He doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a code. He doesn't have anything.
Man, he believes wholeheartedly in what he is doing. Is for the greater good, but he has so much empathy for what's happening.
Yeah, he really does.
Because when he has that dude, I love the scene where he makes the dude fall on the sword, especially when he's trying to comfort him as he's dying.
Totally. Yeah.
He's just
it's a good way to die.
This is a good death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he just gets set up as one of the. He is just such a menacing presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And some of his
still so likable. I don't think Josh Whedon. That is one thing that I think Josh Whedon is real bad at. I don't think he can write a character that isn't likable.
Oh, he doesn't.
On some level, he just doesn't know how to write. He doesn't know how to. I don't know if that's really a criticism.
Can't like everybody.
You can't like everybody.
Yeah, that's funny. So. Yeah, well, I think a lot of his mindset reminds me of. Oh shit! I can't think of what the guy's name is in the movie. It's in Kingdom of Heaven. You know the dude that plays.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Well, do you remember Angus from Braveheart? Or not Angus? What's his name? His buddy. What's his friend's name? It's not Angus. It's
What's that?
You know, his friend should have remembered the rocks.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, but you remember his role in Kingdom of Heaven?
No, I don't remember anything about this
Well,
movie.
basically, that guy is a crusader. He's on the Christian side, and he is a general or whatever, and he's slaughtering a town full of Saracen. Well, I mean, it's Mujahideen's mother and that town, right?
Okay.
And he's slaughtering this town of innocents and women and children and all this stuff. And there's this part where he's covered in blood, and he's like, I have no remorse for what I do.
Technical difficulties. So if this edit sounds weird. That's because I had to edit out a terrible sound, and we weren't recording. But anyways, you were talking about the dude from Kingdom of Heaven that reminded you of the operative, which is his.
That's what he goes.
That's what he goes. That's what he is in this movie. Yeah, the operative.
There's just this part where. He's slaughtering this village that is
women and children. Yeah, no remorse.
Salahadin's mother, women and children, killing everybody. And he's at this point where he's covered in blood, and he's like, "I'm not ashamed for who I am. Someone has to be me."
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of the mentality that the operative has.
There has to be him in this world,
so there can be a better world in the future. Well, it's like he was talking about when he was having that conversation with Mal at the end.
At the end,
totally. It's pretty much saying it's like, I don't expect to see this better world. There's no place for me there. I'm a
monster, dude. I know. It's so good that he realizes the shitty person that he is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's just like he is this fucking badass killing machine with a belief system that is so strong that he's willing to do horrible things in order to reach that goal.
Absolutely.
But he's completely aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
He's so empathetic to everything he does.
You know, one thing, though, is we don't know what his motivations are at all. Because I don't think it's money.
No, it's not money. It's his motivations is belief in that he's actually
belief,
doing the right
That's
thing.
an insane belief.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, he's Alliance, man.
Yeah,
I
guess that's what I'm saying. Is where did that come from? That's really what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's almost like a religious fervor for how he believes in his.
To some, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like he probably got drilled. That probably got drilled into his head like during training or something, kind of like a boot camp. How they'll break you down to build you back up, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. But he's awesome. He's awesome in this movie. I think he's a fantastic antagonist. He's definitely where Mal is in this movie. Mal is in a really bad spot.
Well,
we're in a tight spot.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Yes.
The very beginning of this, as far as when they're on the ship, it immediately seems like there is a strong contention between Mal and Simon.
Oh yeah, even more so than in the series.
Yeah, which already wrapped up in a way that was like, whoa, hey, we can't really trust River because I mean, like her, they trust her too at arm's length.
To some degree.
I almost think he doesn't trust Simon more than he doesn't trust River, but River is the weapon. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's just not sure if Simon is going to do the right thing. And then the whole like Simon having the trigger word to turn her off and not telling
anybody
like those
about
kind of things.
This.
Yeah. Like Mal just doesn't trust Simon to be forthright.
Right.
And yeah.
Well, and I don't know if that was really like Simon not necessarily being forced right.
I don't think it was at all. I think it's just him being himself.
Well,
and him not thinking about it.
He's got exactly. He's got so much going on right now, and all he is concerned with. He even says it at the end when he's talking to Kaylee, which is probably one of my favorite Kaylee moments ever. But when he's talking to her, and he basically says, "Been so worried about my sister." I'm paraphrasing, but when I've been so worried about River that I've haven't been paying attention to the things that would make me happy.
Yeah,
and
he says that he regretted in not being with her,
and
she was like, "You mean sex?"
Yeah. And it's at the end. They got the Reavers coming in, and she's just like,
and he's like, "Yes, that's what I mean."
Yeah. Screw this. I'ma live.
Because what's the comment she makes earlier where she's like, I ain't had nothing that's
going on a year now. I ain't had nothing twixt my nethers don't run on batteries.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Don't run on batteries.
I just love the way, dude, that is a homegrown woman right there. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I love her to death. She says some of the best shit.
She's honest and awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like the way that. Okay, so here's something that I wanted to talk about. The overall aesthetic of the show is a mix of a couple of things,
right.
And one of those influences, to us is Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. It is. It feels very similar. As far as like you have all these different characters,
the mix of personalities,
mm-hmm. all from different places that congeal, and there's a sense, especially in the
River's Ed.
River is Ed. River's Ed. No, I always thought Kaylee was Ed.
Oh man, I
Kaylee
guess I
was
see what you're
Ed.
saying.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's too few Bebop characters for this to work.
Well, you just gotta double up.
Inara's Faye, but
Inara and Zoe.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because wow, that's kind of cool.
Would be Faye. I don't know if anybody's Spike Spiegel.
Really, nobody's Spike.
I don't know about Jet. Yeah, so maybe this comparison is bad.
I don't think this works so well.
Yeah,
who's Ein?
I think it's more.
I know who Ein is. Fucking Wash is Ein.
Wash is Ein.
Wash is Ein.
Wash is a hyper intelligent corgi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about right.
Is it because he's so fuzzy?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And that look in his eyes, that puppy dog look.
Oh, I love it.
I know. But no, so the other big connection that I'd say to another series is to me it feels like StarCraft without the aliens.
Yeah, because you're talking more of like the like pioneer settlers aspect,
space settlers kind of. Yeah, and everything's kind of taken from that Western perspective, because like the first StarCraft, the entire human campaign kind of has this Western space settler thing. You know, you're Jim Raynor out on the range.
Out on the range. I'm a space cowboy.
Wrangling me some zerglings.
Yeah.
But, and this kind of has a really similar feel to it.
Right.
It also kind of has the feel of some sci-fi of the time. So Deep Space Nine, and
well,
like
it was coming out around the same time. I think
maybe even Voyager.
Yeah, Farscape was getting started.
Yeah, those kind of
kind of thing.
Very much a same, not exactly the same, but
of course,
production quality. The way that people act. It's a mark of the times. It's very much.
And the movie still looks good.
The movie still looks really good, man.
You can tell what CG, but it's still like it's aesthetically
cool.
It looks so good.
It's pleasing, and the art direction is really dope, and the like the style of everything is really what makes it so the style pops.
Well, it's okay. So you always see. Ever since Star Wars, you see this lived-in future type thing,
which I love more.
I love a lived-in future, but I think even in a lot of those movies that use a more junky kind of put-together type technology, it's still really clean. Everything in this movie and in the show is just dirty. It's just covered in dust.
Except for the Alliance shit.
Yeah, except for the Alliance shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But everything else is covered in dust.
It's just dusty.
It's been everywhere.
This is a dusty future.
I love it how many times shit breaks off of the ship.
Yeah, that's pretty good. After the title sequence, that shit just flies off.
What was that?
What was that? Did you see that? They're just having a conversation.
Oh my god. Yeah, I like the banter among the crew pretty much throughout the series and the show the whole time.
The movie,
But the show just has better banter because it has more time.
Ultimately,
that's
I still hold that there's still some really great like lines and like
in the movie
dialogue in the movie. Like those characters carry over really well, because like we were saying, I mean, there's almost 100% chance that Joss Whedon, once he knew he was going to be making the movie, he just had like a stack of notes
about River
that would have probably worked out to be like a second season or even more of a first season.
Like this was the underlying point that would have been established
that we
for the
were
second
going
season.
to. Yeah,
and we, instead of having it as a film, it would have been things that were touched on over the course of
which is why I think a lot of plot points get dropped. Like we don't see the resolution of the two hands in blue.
Oh,
guys,
two guys with the blue hands.
Yeah, two by two,
two hands in blue.
2x2 hands of blue dudes. Anyways, they I think their company was called Blue Sun, but we don't see that plot point resolved. We never figure out what's up with Shepherd Book, and I do think they kind of lampshaded that pretty good in the movie.
Oh yeah, man, you got to tell me about what what's up with your past sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, him and Mal are talking. You got to tell me how you know about all this Alliance stuff one day. No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
And that's it. That's all you get.
You don't start out a shepherd.
Yeah, right. So
yeah, he's funny, man, because the more you see him in the series, the more you realize like that motherfucker is trained. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's seen some shit.
Yeah,
you don't just go into the clergy, man. Some shit has to have gone down.
Yeah, Yep. That's witness protection shit, right?
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that's what made me. It made me Like, do you think he's actually a shepherd, like an ordained shepherd?
No.
No.
No, and I think it's real funny when what's his name comes on the ship. The bounty hunter guy. What's his name?
Oh, Early in the show.
Early. I should remember
dude.
his name is Early.
Yeah.
Early Kyler.
I like him. Never really thought of myself as a lion, but
well, he's not listening to anything.
No,
saying.
He don't care.
He's not listening to you. He doesn't give a fuck about what you're saying.
Right.
He's doing his job, and he's so arrogant about it that he's like, I'm not even gonna try.
Right.
Shit. What was the point we were making just a second ago?
Were we making a point?
I don't know. You can edit this out.
I don't think we were making a point.
No, man, I was talking about a specific thing.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
But okay, so in this movie, I think we've mentioned this, but Mal's in a really dark place. Shit's going down. Anara's not there anymore.
Yeah,
you know, at the beginning,
which
Shepard's not there anymore.
So hold on, let's talk about this Anara thing.
Yeah,
right. So I think that that situation with Anara is real fucked because, like, she continued to tell him that it was just a professional situation. She's just living there. She's just using the ship because it's convenient.
Yeah.
They have a mutual, company-based, like
relationship.
Exactly.
This is not going to go anywhere.
We are part of a group to make money.
Well, it's both of their faults. That shit doesn't. Yeah,
it is. But man, she knows the way he is.
She.
And all she had to do was just be straight with him, and he probably would have opened up to her and been like, "I love you. I'm sorry I called you a whore. I'm really sorry.
I was really sorry. I called you a whore.
I just said that because I was jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, because dude, you can sense that from pretty early on that the reason that he's snippy with her is because he cares about her.
Right.
And she fucking knows that shit.
Absolutely.
But she does not let him know how much she cares about him.
Maybe she is real vulnerable. For that.
That's a funny thing about her is I feel like she's open to everybody else's feelings, and she has room for the entire world as far as being able to cater to other people's. Like, that's her job, is to make you feel good, and her job is to be there for you, whether that's physically or emotionally.
Right.
Because I feel like there's probably a lot of those guys that she gets that they want to have that foot bath, and they want to sit there and have her go, "Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds tough. Oh, fuck that dude.
Really?
Like that's all they really want."
You must have been very scared.
That's right.
Oh, you're very brave.
See, I mean, they're totally guys that want that from
Absolutely.
Inara, you know? And Inara doesn't leave the room for herself.
No.
She does that for everybody else, but she doesn't do it for herself.
Yeah.
And if she would just realize that she also needs to do that same thing for her, and she needs to open up to the people around her.
Right.
Because Simon does the same thing.
Absolutely.
Her and Simon have a lot of that in common as far as their willingness to do things for others.
But never
for themselves. They just have a complete opposite personality.
Exactly.
Simon's an introvert that everybody thinks is fucking weird, and Inara is the most comfortable, amazing person anyone will ever meet.
You can say that again. You can say that again.
She's
awesome.
So it's really funny to see that kind of dynamic there, and I feel like it's mostly her fault. It's of course both of their faults,
right?
But dude, her friend did not seduce Captain. That's not the way that fucking worked. She was vulnerable.
They were two adults.
Yep,
they were two adults in a situation where they both needed comfort, and
that's what I mean. Emotionally vulnerable. They were both in a bad spot. Not like he took advantage of her.
No, of course,
not at all.
Because Mal wouldn't do that shit.
No, Mal wouldn't do that shit, dude. Because Mal is the kind of guy that will cut his nose off to spite his face over shit like that. Like he won't have the moment for himself out of spite.
Yeah.
It's not the same reason that the other two, the other two are doing it out of love or out of caring for the people around him.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you, I'm not going to feel good. Like, and Mal pretty much does that to himself all of the time, Like, he denies the good parts about himself, which I think is more of like a classic Western trope,
Yeah.
And that's how he starts in Serenity, is in this dark spot where he has denied himself any happiness for a while.
For a long time.
For a while.
And it's really starting to show at this point.
Which is why he's shitty with Simon. That's why he,
That's why he's shitty with everybody. Because Kaylee even says at the beginning, eventually he's going to run us all off.
Yeah, seriously.
Eventually he's just going to do it to all of us. Because he was shitty with her. He was shitty with everybody during that first sequence.
Yeah.
Except for Zoe.
Yeah.
But I think Zoe's just been around him long enough.
Also,
if he was being shitty
she'd
with
just be like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Because she is cool as ice. Like, I mean, to skip forward here.
Yeah. Are we about to get sad, boys?
We're about
again?
to get sad because it's really the thing that like ruined my day.
No,
today, is that Wash dies.
Yeah, well, you can't have a good day when your Wash dies, man.
And Wash dies in the shittiest fucking way.
It's real bad,
man. Just out of the blue, nothing. Just boom, dead. Just boom, dead, dude.
And you know what? It's like I guess I get why it happened, but it's definitely the shittiest part of the movie.
But you know what? I actually think that, and it sucks to keep looking at everything about the show and these movies as a metaphor for the crashing of the show and the movies.
Right,
but
yeah.
it almost feels like Wash is the hope that went away.
Yeah, that there will be more Firefly after this.
No.
And
it's Joss Whedon going, you know what? This is my wrap up. I don't think I'm going to make another one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Eva this into dust.
Right. I'm not going to just keep making reboots of movies. This isn't my Star Wars, guys. I'm not going to Lucas this up at all.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep making the shit.
But, that makes sense, dude, because I think Joss, if anything else, was very lucid about their situation.
Well, and two, I think at that point his career was really getting ramped up, and he was definitely doing a lot more.
And he was like, you know what, I love this.
But I need to go do some other
Mm-hmm.
things, but I don't want to let it go until I've wrapped it up. I've gotten a satisfying ending, and I'm personally satisfied with it,
too.
And I don't need any other without Wash.
Yeah, yeah, it just doesn't,
or without Shepard, because Shepard goes here too.
Yeah, Wait, who is the third grave?
Was there a third grave? It was somebody who was. Oh, is that Mr. Universe dude? He's exclusive to the movie. That's why we didn't care about him. No. Yeah, but it's that Mr. Universe dude. Okay. He's good. I like him.
Yeah,
I
do too. Yeah.
He's a good character.
But man, this film definitely wraps up the idea of Firefly well enough. As well as you could expect it to, because they didn't have a overly scatterbrained movie where they easily could have.
And that moment at the end with Mal and River is fucking sweet.
Oh, yeah,
seriously, it's so sweet.
Yeah,
and like just homey. The way that they end it.
Yeah, and
I mean, shit flies off the
that gives you the impression that there could be more, but there doesn't need to be.
There doesn't need to be. Well, I think it's like it wraps up both of their arcs really well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
because it makes you think. So there's the things that the movie wraps up from the series. Okay, is it brings Inara and Mal back together, because she's basically saying she wants to stay on the ship, and it seems like that means that they're going to try. That's awesome.
That's cool.
It brings Simon and
Kaylee together. So that wraps up. The whole mystery of really what they were doing with River.
Yeah, that's
why they're pursuing her so hard. How the Reavers came to be. Yeah, which is actually really cool. I like the way they do that.
I mean, that's an amazing twist.
Yeah.
It turns out that they invented the Reavers.
The Alliance themselves created the Reavers by putting a specific chemical into the terraforming that is in the atmosphere to what is it?
Suppress aggression.
And
it worked on 90% of people to the point to where they just laid down and died.
They just, it was a don't give a fuck drug, essentially. And they just laid down and let themselves to starve and just rot away.
But the other 10% turned into the fucking Reavers.
Yeah.
So just absolute nightmares.
Supercharged their fucking aggression.
So the Reavers, right? There's something that I noticed in the movie is that most of them have self-mutilation, that kind of look, which, I mean, if they're cannibals, I gotcha.
That's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
But
they most of them don't have lips, and that's something that I was recently checking out some lore from Demon Souls.
Right.
And the Valley of, no, it's not the Valley of Defilement, it's the... it's wherever it's I don't know. It's the one where the giants are from. Okay, but the giants apparently ripped off their lips, and that's just kind of a common thing that I just happened to see. And I was like,
do you think that makes it just makes it easier to bite?
Yeah, I think it's easier to bite, and you don't have to worry about saying cheese for photos.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, you're always ready.
You're always ready for a photo bomb.
That's right. You can brush your teeth and wash your face at the same time. I'm sure there's many reasons.
So many benefits to not having lips.
You want to cut your lips off? I got a lightsaber.
Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe later.
Burn them right the fuck off.
What if I did the podcast like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Just grinning.
That's right.
But yeah, I like the way that they established the origin of the Reavers. It basically it seems like Joss and the writing team, looked at what they had, and they said
Josh and Joss.
Himself in a mirror.
That was his writing team.
He tricked himself, set up a couple mirrors, made it seem like he wasn't alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like he basically looked at all of the story that was there and went, what are the most important points here?
Right.
What are the what's the distillment of what needs to be told here?
Right.
And what needed to be told? What the fuck's going on with River?
Yeah, exactly.
Because out of everything that was going on, do you really need to keep talking about who Mal is? No, we know who Mal is.
We know who Mal is. We know who these characters are.
We know who almost everybody is, but we still just did not know.
We didn't really get a full picture of River.
Mm-hmm. We don't need to know who Book is.
Not really.
We know who Book is now.
Right.
And we know that he is a wise old dude that'll tell you straight. And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm fine with that's all he is.
That's all he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But River has this is the necessity of story.
You have to let us know what's going on here, because this is the central driving force of most of what's going on.
And has been throughout the whole series. Right. It was the laughing man behind the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Inciting incidents.
Yeah. And I definitely like her action sequences too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how badass is River in this movie, dude?
Because we only get to see glimpses of that in the show.
Yeah, there's only maybe one or two times where it's like, oh shit, she's not just a crazy person. She's a crazy person who's also a badass.
Super badass.
Yeah.
And
I really like her fight scene in the bar.
Oh yeah,
that's probably the best fight scene in the movie,
dude. It was honestly, it was
even though no one else was fighting back, she was just whooping up on motherfuckers.
It took me by surprise,
because
I'm sitting there just watching this movie and I see him having a good old time, and then she just starts murdering the room. Seriously, I thought I missed something. I looked at Scott, I was like, hey man, what happened? They're not attacking her. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
Did they lose a scene? Is this
Nope.
Is this badly edited?
Nope.
No, she just got the trigger got flipped, dude.
Dude, really cool.
Manchurian Candidate kind of shit.
Manchurian Candidate. Yeah, they said it through the
octopus.
Yeah.
The I don't
advertisement.
It was the advertisement for
some kind of bar, some kind of energy bar or meat
bar.
Yeah, the chunky bar.
Yeah, whatever.
It's obviously like a squid bar.
Yeah.
If China's one of the big things in the
squid bars.
Yeah, man, that sounds about right. It's like you ever had those little puff shrimp?
Yeah,
they're not good.
No, they're not. They're real bad.
I'm sure somebody likes them. I'm not that person.
You go like them over there, away from me.
Maybe they'd be good in a clam chowder. For the crunchies.
That might be all right. But we're not gonna try it.
No.
But yeah, so River's fight scenes, hers are pretty cool. There's one more thing I wanted to. So no suplex in this movie.
No, but he does pile drive that guy.
He does pile drive that guy. So not quite a suplex, but still pretty awesome. Yeah, Jane pile driving and clotheslining motherfuckers. They do like to clothesline people in this movie.
Because the operative.
Yeah.
The operative also does that hard clothesline to Mal.
Oh, shit, dude. He flips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love their fight scene at the end when he hits him with the nerve thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Mal sits there and twitches his finger. Because it's really awesome. He gets hit in it, and he's like, oh, God, that hurt. And he's like, oh, hey, I can still move my fingers.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it in his face, like, oh, I know what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
This motherfucker here.
This motherfucker thinks he got me.
Uh-huh. And then all he did was just play possum for a second and break him up. Oh, man. Because I think he did the same thing to him, hit him with a nerve thing. Didn't he? What did he do to him? Because he immediately knocked him into fucked up. Like, he just, like, I don't know what he pulled a quick one, dude.
I think he just punched the fuck out of his throat.
Punched his dick.
He punched his dick.
Hit him with a Johnny Cage.
That's right.
Yeah, man. That's right.
That's good. And I mean, just leaves him by the end of the movie, just shattered beliefs.
And having to face the thing that
the truth
that he's been trying to fight for, that he's been completely wrong about. Yeah, man, I love that
really,
end.
Really, yeah.
I do still agree with you. Why can't bad guys just stay bad guys?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
What happened to the good old days when
the bad guys were just
evil
mustache
bastards.
twirling, top hat wearing, tying
I think
people.
you went too far back.
Did I go too far?
I was really just thinking Kurgan from Highlander.
Yeah, I went way too far back. Yeah,
I raped his woman before his blood was cold.
Yeah, why can't we just have bad guys?
We can't have fucking bad guys.
Can't
man.
have bad guys. Well, I think that goes back to my point of I don't think that Josh Whedon can write a
non-lovable character.
Yeah, a character that you can't like to some degree.
So seriously, as far as in modern stuff, the baddest bad guy that I can think of as far as modern stuff, probably like Ramsay Bolton, dog.
Yeah, well, I mean,
pure
Game of
just
Thrones,
a bad guy.
Yeah, Game of Thrones has quite a few that just.
I don't know, man, because even the other ones, like, they're not just pure bad guys. Like,
I mean, Joffrey, dude. Joffrey's a
well,
cunt.
Joffrey's a little kid.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a point of that to me that I feel like the reason that he's a bad guy is because he just didn't have parents that gave a fuck about him being a good person.
Right.
And it's a different kind of bad guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like Tywin Lannister's a real bad guy, but
he's likable.
He's likable, you know? Ramsay's not. Ramsay's just a bad guy. All the way around, no redeemable qualities. He does nothing good. Nothing about him.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with you. Save the rest of that for the
Game
of Thrones. The Game of Thrones. So, guys,
yeah,
that's it. So,
a preview of our Game of Thrones episode in 2 weeks.
That's right.
Although we won't be talking about Ramsay Bolton because Ramsay Bolton doesn't come in until the second season.
That's right.
At least.
Yeah. So, was there anything else in the movie?
Oh yeah, wasn't sure what to think. This isn't directly in the movie. This is more about the entire thing.
I got you.
I really wasn't sure what to think about any of this walking into it.
Going in, yeah. Well, you had no frame of reference.
No frame of reference. I've always heard people recommend this to me. This isn't, the first time that I've needed to sit down and watch this. According to other people.
And aren't you glad you did?
I'm really glad that I did. And I think that you summed it up really well when you were talking about like the lifespan of the show, right? So it died on Fox.
Right.
They probably didn't even air all of the episodes on Fox ever.
Probably not.
But then on Sci-Fi, they aired everything.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It was kind of like for reruns and stuff like that. Because I do remember it running on Sci-Fi for
a little bit.
For a little while.
But it didn't get picked up to be reshot. It was just reruns.
Yeah. That's really it.
Which sucks because, the way you put it, if it was a Sci-Fi show, it would have ran until it got bad.
It would have ran until it got bad.
Yeah.
It because that's what sci-fi original series do. They either start out real bad or they go until they get bad. Yeah,
they know how to dig holes, don't they?
So yeah, that's kind of a funny thing. Like, I am glad I of course don't really care for the circumstances of why we have so little of this universe, but I am happy with the amount that I have, and I think it's like ultimately it's a solid viewing experience. Like,
absolutely,
yeah.
You know, going back to it, it was, like I said, fully enjoyable, even from someone who... So I wasn't looking at this from rose-tinted glasses.
Right.
I had no, oh, man, I remember when I used to watch this. Nope. I walked right in going, okay, this is potentially cheesy shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually how I walked into this.
Yeah, this was potentially going to be really cheese.
I was expecting not as cool as Deep Space Nine.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting like okay, I like this, but it's dated. No, it's got a place and time. But it doesn't. But it hold to that place and time in such a way that you're like, oh, this was only cool then.
It's timeless.
It's timeless.
It's timeless to a degree.
And
that's funny. You said you walked into it thinking it was going to be cheesy because you had said earlier that you weren't a fan of like Buffy or Angel.
Yes, that's the whole reason why. Because and that was me having a preconception about this.
Right,
you know?
right.
I don't like
Understandable.
Angel. I don't like Buffy. I've seen some Buffy episodes that I was like, okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And what's her name's super cute.
Yeah.
Both of them. Jesus.
Both, yeah.
But no, I never really liked Buffy at all. And then Angel was just God.
Yeah. I never gave a fuck about Angel. I did like some seasons of Buffy.
Yeah.
Like, I think at the later seasons kind of lost me. Like, once Spike
became
a good guy, I was just like, this sucks.
But I always liked the movie.
The movie, yeah. Different people, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just always liked
the movie is funny. That at the end when, what's his name?
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens, like, dying, still dying.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie. But no, and because of not liking the show though, I walked into it going, this is probably gonna suck.
Yeah,
you know, or maybe not suck, but not be my cup of tea. That's the way to put it.
Yeah,
and because it's like Harry Potter. I don't think Harry Potter sucks. I just know that it's not my cup of tea.
Right.
That's
Same here.
You know, I'm sorry. There's too much Berserk in me to like Harry Potter.
Yeah, right.
There's
just too much Berserk.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I like terrible dark fantasy.
It's fine. Berserk is awesome.
Well, yeah. And Game of Thrones.
And Game of Thrones.
And they're just heavy-handed. That's all I'm saying.
So, anyways, great movie.
Great movie, great resolution to the
great characters.
Series. Amazing characters.
Incredibly rewatchable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go out, shut up and watch the movie.
Shut up and watch the fucking movie.
Shut up and watch the
and the series.
And the series. Shut up. Oh, we have to add an asterisk to our catchphrase now.
It's going to get long after a while.
It's going to get real long.
Am I going to have to say read the book too?
And read the book and in the stage show and there's an audio like there's an audio drama and like
there's a stop motion hamster drama that I made for it. It's a I made a
sock puppet rendition of the first 3 episodes.
I made a new kind of medium called silhouette extravaganza.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Shut up and watch all that. Anyways, final thoughts?
I think that River is like, the one.
The one, they're the one.
Like she's totally Neo. She's
about to say
Jet Li,
Neo?
the one.
Nice.
She's like that kind of
she's
level.
All
of,
the one.
Yeah, she's the one, dude. And she,
nice.
Yeah, she has that equilibrium style badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like, yeah. And it's a flavor of fighting that I think that we've gone away from a little bit in movies.
A little bit. At least the way that they're shot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fight. Well, I think we're getting away from that now.
We are that whole.
But there for a little while, it was like that Jason Bourne bullshit where like it's so fucking shaky cam and so over edited that you don't know what the fuck's going on.
But this wasn't that. This was like that like Western cinema kung fu stuff that's
Absolutely.
done right.
Yeah.
And we need more of
more kung fu, guys.
That is my final thoughts. More kung fu.
Excellent. Well, Philip, so what are we doing next week? Did we decide on Fellowship?
Yeah, we're going to do the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, just the one movie, guys. And we are going to be working from the extended edition because why wouldn't you do that?
You know, I'm just going to say real quick.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things from the extended edition of this one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll touch on it, is when they all get the gifts from Galadriel.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're talking to Gimli, and he's like, and what would a brave dwarf such as you want?
A strand of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gave me 3.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's like...
But yeah, okay.
Next week.
So next week, guys, tune in for Fellowship of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
The week after that, we're going to be shifting gears, kind of. I guess not, because we already did this. We already did a series now.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, but we're going to be doing Game of Thrones season 1.
Yeah.
Possibly doing more Game of Thrones episodes down the line. Probably dispersed.
It's going to be a while before we do the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to try to.
That's a lot to watch.
It's a lot to watch. And we're trying to do an interesting format here. Scott and we have another friend, Carl, coming on to the show.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Both you and Carl will be.
He may be here next week.
He may.
Yeah.
So
as well,
we'll get both of them to watch the show, and then I'm reading through the books, and I'm midway through the 3rd book at this point.
Yeah.
So the first book is more fresh on my mind than the show has been, and I'd like to talk about it from that perspective while they talk about it from the show's perspective, and we'll kind of meet in the middle. So it'll be a little bit longer of a podcast, probably, maybe like an hour and a half.
Because
maybe.
Philip's a nerd, and he reads books. Fucking book reading nerd.
I like books. Well, I thought.
Nice. So, guys, check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Anchor. I got it right. Check us out on Anchor. Come back here to YouTube every week, and we'll have a new episode for you. There's also a playlist if you want to go back through the catalog a little bit. What else? What other housekeeping? Do we have any other housekeeping? Oh, Facebook /The Mad Cinemist Show. Email us, madcinemist@gmail.com. Leave comments and stuff. Maybe if you guys want to suggest a movie or a show or something that we should cover on this podcast, please do that through, those mediums, email and, YouTube and Facebook. And now I'm just rambling, just looking at Philip to save.
I'm just going to nod along. I'm going to let you talk into a hole. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I was enjoying that.
I like my hole sometimes. This one's a little crowded.
I was staying out of it.
That's right. All right, guys. Come back next week for Fellowship. Later.
Bye.
We'll play a song. We'll play a song right here. Play a space song.
Play a space song.
This is what space songs do.
It doesn't look like I'm recording. Oh,
are you recording? I'm recording.
Turn this mic up.
Where's
turn this mic too up? Turn my mic up. Turn my mic up. Yeah. What? That's how I check mics.
That's how we check mics. Nah.
You ready for a
space song? Now space song. They've been waiting all day for a space song.
We'll play y'all space song. This one goes way back to 2002. Space song.
Way back.
On back from 2002 space song.
You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black. Tell them I ain't coming back. I got off. You can't take the sky from me.
You can't take the sky
from me.
That was it.
That's how songs sound in space. Nice.
Change places.
musical chairs.